what is the good word? I'm not muted and you're not muted.
Awesome.
I think. So, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Technically Speaking Live. It is 8-ish p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Words. And it's 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or sometime in the early morning in the future in our Australia office. Shout out to Thunder Dan taking it from down under. And if you watched last week's show, you'll...
This is definitely going to be the Hot Mess Express tonight, folks. It's going to be great.
You'll definitely know why this looks different than this guy right here. Last week, I said that I was going to do the show specifically only using USB microphones. So I have the Rode NT USB Mini right here, and that's the microphone that I'm using. And Stats is using the Shure MV7. Stats...
You sure about that?
Yes. Shut up. You're an idiot. Somebody is going to take that clip right there where I was going, and they're going to get me. It's probably going to be Trenton because he get. That sounds awful.
We don't have to worry about it. It's just the people watching us.
Okay. So, I have no idea if I'm overwhelmingly too loud, pretty good likelihood, or if Stats is too soft, also pretty good likelihood considering he's next to the fourth loudest human being on the planet.
Yeah, well.
So,
we all have our talents.
If you could so kindly please hit the comments words and let us know how we sound.
Also hit that like, share, and subscribe button while
also
you're at
hit
it.
that. You know what? Hit the thumbs up.
I
hit
just
the
did.
Thumbs up.
We've got 6 thumbs up and 12 watching, so that's pretty good.
Who do we got? Alex Jackson, welcome, my friend. Hello, Dad. Hey, buddy. Thank you, Dan. I got in trouble demonetized in the UK because of you jerk. What's up, Slang? Adam, you suck. You, sir, can go straight to hell. Do you want to be on? Oh, thumbs down. What? That's got to be an Adam move.
Yeah, probably.
Can't change the sound of your terrible voice, though. That is a fact. Overwhelmingly too lame. Sounds good. You sound like a douche, but the volume is great. God, I love you guys. Do you guys want to just come into the show before you go to your god-awful, crappy show? Let me know. I'll send you the link. As a matter of fact, let me just pull it up.
I mean, Adam has a good 20 minutes before he usually shows up for his own show, so, you know.
Well, he might actually show up on stage, but he actually just sucks. Dan carries the whole show.
Absolutely. Well, those big, broad English shoulders.
It's those big bell end shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, so I got to be honest.
Miss Sheila.
Haven't prepared at all for this show. Not really a big shocker. Never really prepare for my own show. Stats does a good bit of copy pasting some things he read when he was on the crapper. Probably.
You know.
So we're going to talk a little bit of tech. We're going to talk a little bit of ranting. Still haven't made the spaghetti that is made with mayonnaise. Sorry. I actually thought about it on Friday.
Yeah.
I still didn't do it, but I thought about it.
Well, your youngest daughter has requested my presence here this weekend to play grocery store with her, so you can make mayo spaghetti then.
All right. That's fine. I'll make it this weekend. When do you go on vacation again for like the 17th week that you always do?
I will be leaving next Thursday morning. Not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm coming over here to do the show.
Go do something.
And then I'm going home for my birthday.
I'm going home.
And if you're really nice to me between now and then, I might bring you a cupcake the night before my birthday so we can celebrate.
A cupcake?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah. I meant to bring the roasted.
You had me at hello.
I know. I meant to bring the roasted apples tonight, but I got sidetracked literally as I was walking out the door.
I have been. Yes.
I'll bring them over this weekend. It'll be fine.
I just tried to do something and I don't know what I just did. I'm trying to get the.
My mom's checking in on text message.
I'm trying to get
saying that our
over.
volume
the
is
pop filter
good.
looks so much better than the original. I agree. The pop filter on the Shure MB7. Is that what it is? MB7? MB7. Yeah, it's MB7.
Yes.
Looks so much better. He doesn't want a cupcake. He just wants a jar of mayonnaise.
Yeah, well.
You know what, Adam? You eat a jar of mayonnaise, and I'll eat a jar of marinara. Marinara.
Actually, speaking of my mother, we're going to be
Why can't I figure things out?
because I don't know.
Why is this
We're going to
so
be
hard for
making
me all of a
her
sudden?
spaghetti sauce, her world family city, state, country famous spaghetti sauce, and I will bring you back a heaping portion of that because that does give me life and got me through all of my formative years at home.
Okay. I think I'm on the wrong one. Anyway, can't add guests. Don't know what I did. I don't care anymore. Let's pull up the live show notes. Thanks for coming in. Snowman Can, thank you so much. Andrew, welcome. Thank you, Miss Sheila, as always. Thank you. Adam has big hips, and they don't lie. All you other brothers can't deny. Let's talk a little bit about. So Jeff Bezos stepped down.
Stepping
Whatever.
into the third quarter.
Look,
Yeah.
he's stepping down. Who cares?
Yeah.
The man's rich. He doesn't need to work anymore. If
Just-
I was him, why would I even work? What's he do anyway?
He
Nothing.
creates,
The
he
answer
creates
is he
the
does
vision.
nothing.
The what I read today is Adam Jassy, is that his name? The guy who Andy Jassy.
Make it up.
Andy Jassy, the next CEO of Amazon. He said that they're glad he's staying on as the executive chairman of the board because for evidently his vision and his creativity.
He doesn't need to be any more vision. Jeff, come in, buddy. Come here. Me and you. Sail off into the sunset. I'm sailing away. Sailing open course with taking all your Amazon Prime money. You have so many zeros.
And your Whole Foods. And
You have so many zeros. Just go. Go away. Be happy. Do philanthropy. Go all Bill and Martha Gates.
Melinda.
That too. I love how I'm just making up names. You know, Richard and Martha Gates.
Just
I think
like
you mean Bill and Melinda.
Just like your idol Bruce.
Bruce.
You haven't gotten to that episode of Two Bears, One Cave yet.
You talking about Bruce?
No, I'm talking about Bert Kreischer on not the most recent, but the one before. He has a new show out on TBS, and they did a promo in the middle of one of the wrestling matches that is broadcast on TBS.
Yeah.
And the announcer live on air trying to read copy in the middle of a match.
Bruce Kreischer?
Yeah, no, Bruce Kirchner. And he and Tom just absolutely lost it at the mispronunciation of the names. They did it twice in a row.
Miss Sheila, thank you. My lighting is very, very good. I have been really working at it. I've got the light right where I want it. I've got this other light bouncing off the wall. It looks great. Then there's stats.
Yeah, well, you know.
But I will tell you this in 100% certainty. This show, I'm definitely going to look better than Adam ever will. Like, hands down. There's no question about it. Oh, wait, he says start to talk about a lame show that doesn't start with a song. Oh, shocking. This is the best part is, like, our two shows kind of fight for some of the very same people on Wednesdays, and it's like this just delicate balance. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this, and you don't even know what I'm about to say.
I've got two thoughts, and I'm wondering which way you're going to go.
Okay, so whatever the way I don't go, you need to tell the class the what you thought I was going to do, because
Okay.
you've known me for a long time. I'm going to go ahead and lay down a Saturday Night Tech Fight Challenge.
Oh, my.
Stats and I for the best Wednesday night show versus you and Thunder Dan. The English Dan. It's going to be English Dan versus Sir Conor McGregor. the Lord versus the Attorney. Let's get crazy. Okay. Jeff, you just need to go. Just go, Jeff. Not Daniel Slang, Jeff Bezos. Slang, you're cool too. Andy Jassy.
I believe that's how you pronounce
Jassy
it, yes.
is going to be the one doing it. So that's great. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. I hate you, Adam.
It just means he's scared.
Got it. I'm with you, Dan. I'm with you. I completely understand. We'll take that offline. Anyway, so Jeff is stepping down. Google, what are you doing? Google Cloud. What a disaster.
Oh, my Lord.
Jesus.
Before we came on air, we were talking about
God.
numbers that in certain frames of reference don't make sense. These type of numbers that Google is talking about, the fact that they lost $5.6 billion with a B
That's a lot of
dollars, while still before that loss they took in $13 billion just on their cloud products last year.
So bad.
Just on cloud storage.
That's a epic loss.
But I mean, think about that.
It's because their Google Pixel, all the sales of Google Pixel really carried them.
Right. But I mean, what other company on this planet outside of Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft could lose $5.6 billion in a fiscal year and still be solvent? Those type of numbers are just completely beyond the realm of our understanding.
I don't even know what to do with that kind of money. That's so stupid amounts of money.
Well, one day when you take over Google, you'll figure it out.
But that's how successful search and advertising is.
Yep.
Think about that. It is so successful and such a dynamic product that it will carry you to lose billions of dollars annually, and you'll be like, meh, whatever. Meh, we'll try something different.
Yep.
What? I get why people say that they're a monopoly. Like, I get it. They're like, I get what the argument is there. I really do. Speaking of that, and this was a really interesting conversation that you and I had because your father texted you about having a conversation related to Apple versus Facebook. It is, Apple is throwing shots at Facebook, basically saying, because of the way that you are architected from a business, you should go away because you are causing social dilemmas. There's a whole movie about the social dilemma. It was the majority of the time, it was straight up about Facebook. It was about Facebook. Facebook is so I'm going to go hypocrisy moment. Yes, we're both on Instagram. I get it. I used WhatsApp mostly because Kevin the Tech Ninja got me to do it. Now I have them both on Signal. I have him and Josh on Signal. Great. Thanks, Adams. Thanks for stopping by. Dan, also have a great show. You guys, we'll swing in afterwards, I'm sure. I won't jump in and derail your show. Maybe. Anyway, Apple specifically is taking shots at Facebook saying, hey, I'm going to have my developers or have the people who develop on our program specifically ask the user, what do you want me to do with this data? Right? Straight up, every app developer on Apple is going to have to build in these protocols through the app that tells you exactly what are they doing with your data. Who are they sharing it with? Like, they're going to tell you, do you want to share this with third parties? The answer is no. But then what people like Facebook are saying, they're saying, definitely opt in, because then you'll get more personalized ad experiences. And Google and Amazon are not out of this either. They're both equally a part of this, although Facebook is the one being right in the target with Apple. So I believe the question that your dad said, keep me honest,
I'll double check,
was basically who will win, Apple or Facebook? Is effectively who's going to win this battle between these just juggernauts in the industry? And the answer is neither one of them. But I can tell you who's going to lose: the consumer.
Yeah, every one of us.
Every one of us are going to lose. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. to be completely honest. I don't know how it's going to play out. I love what Apple is doing here. I really do. You guys all know that I love Google. You know this. But what Apple is doing, putting the pressure on these developers to say, hey, you're collecting information while your app is running, and then you're doing something with it that may not actually impact the app itself. And you're doing it under what reason? And the reason is it's collecting information about what you're doing, even when you're not using the app. It's collecting your location, GPS, your clicks, your contacts, your people, your socials, your every single move, every single search that you do on your phone. Some app developers, when they're making the app, are getting that information. Facebook is that app. They're finding your information, who your contacts are, where you're going, where you're checking in, what you're buying on Amazon, what you're buying on anything, what you're browsing. Facebook's looking for all that stuff, and then it's monetizing your data
without compensating you.
You are the product that we talked about this before. You, the consumer's the product, but really, your attention is the product. Your time and attention is the product by which they are trying to get. Every app is like this. Doom scrolling on Instagram, doom scrolling on Twitter, spending time on TikTok, spending time on inner news place. The goal is to get your attention and keep your attention as long as possible on and within the app. You want to know how I know that? Because content creators on YouTube are incentivized to keep somebody watching their videos and keeping their eyes inside of YouTube the longest. You get more money as a content creator doing what I just described.
Mm-hmm.
Every app is like that. So in the end of the day, why I think the consumers probably will be the ones losing is because these app developers are going to come out and say, because they've already started doing it on Google, they'll make an app that says, I need to have this, otherwise you're not going to get a great experience. And they'll actually make the app, they'll degrade the app to a bad experience because you choose not to share that information, whatever they're looking for. That's a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. And I think you could potentially draw at least a dash line, a squiggly line or something like that, along with the planned obsolescence of a lot of tech products that have come out in the last 10 or 15 years. You know, Apple themselves have gotten in trouble in the last couple of years for throttling back older iPhones in an attempt to get people to upgrade and obviously pay more money and then not get a charger in the box. You know, every time a new app update comes out or a OS system update or a UX system update, everybody pushes you to use the newest and the latest and the greatest, and nobody reads the terms of service that you agree to when you download a new operating system or a new version of something. And who knows what they're putting in there and what those terms of service that you are blindly agreeing to are, then that's where you're giving away your data without any type of compensation for it other than the ability to stare at your phone for more hours a day.
So there is a terms of service piece of art. Have you seen this?
Probably, but refresh my mind while you also share it with our dear, lovely, wonderful viewers.
I'm actually going to try to do this on the fly. Okay. Hopefully on the fly. Hopefully you all can see this. Thank you for all the notifications. On the screen right now, what you see are the terms of service in a modern art museum.
In MoMA?
No, it's in a modern art museum. I don't know if it's in the modern.
An art museum.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It's an art museum, right? So they talk about this specifically for this particular thing. What you see, the longest of them all, the purple one all the way to the right, that's Instagram. That's Instagram's terms of service.
Just on its own.
Just on its own.
Which color is Facebook?
So the Instagram one, the longest of them all, takes 86 minutes to read. It's 17,161 words.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. And I'm trying to find out which one is which. Snap is the yellow one.
Makes sense. That's the color of
Instagram
their
is purple.
logo.
I'm going to guess blue is probably Facebook.
Well, or Twitter. I mean,
Or Twitter, one of the two.
Because there's two blues there.
Right. So I don't know. Basically, there's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Tinder. Instagram is by far the longest.
Tinder.
By far. 17,000 words.
I mean,
86 minutes.
I've read
I
books
wouldn't
shorter
even
than
read
that.
it for 8 minutes. I didn't even read it for 8 seconds. 86 minutes. And that's what they're going to come out and tell you, everything they're going to use your data for. No one is going to read those terms of service. Nobody. No, just straight up. That's just nobody's going to do that. Sharky, to be fair, though, isn't Google doing the exact same thing as Facebook or even worse? Worse? Probably not. And
Yeah,
I would say worse because Facebook, so Google also can give you the echo chamber. You can get out of it. But what Facebook is doing is they're not, God, how do I describe this without going into like a total data privacy thing?
I've got, how about I start?
Go for it.
So in my opinion, Facebook has been much more likely over its history to hide its decision-making and its reasons for doing things and be as opaque as possible when it comes to what they're doing with your data. Again, in my opinion, Google has been, at least recently, the last probably 5 or 6 years since I've really been living, breathing, and working inside the Google ecosystem, they are much more open. They give you the option every single time you download a new app, every single time you sign up for a new service, every single time you go in and update your profile on Google. They give you the option right there in front of you to see exactly what they're doing with your data.
I don't think they're not guilty. I think they are very guilty, just not to the level of egregiousness that Facebook is.
Yeah.
Facebook is, they've really made this echo chamber in the social media sphere itself, but it's the third-party data app and the third parties by which they're sharing that information. They're not holding the people that they're sharing the data with accountable for what they should be using the data for. That's my problem. Like, my problem is you're collecting the information. If you choose to enter into a relationship with Facebook in terms of whatever the product is, you're choosing to enter into that relationship with Facebook.
Right.
I'm not choosing to enter into that relationship with Facebook and then the 5,000 other third parties that they're sharing that data with.
Of which the most famous, which we talked about several
years ago,
years ago.
Cambridge Analytica.
Yes.
So that's where my problem is. It's the targeting that Facebook is giving is they're targeting me using data that they shared with the third party that I didn't agree with giving my information to them.
Right.
Even though the terms of service actually said you agree to share your data with that. Like, that's my problem with all of these companies, Apple, Facebook, everybody. Your terms of service are absolutely hot trash, and they're hot trash on purpose.
Well, they're hot trash because they can be, because our legal system here in this country is so obscenely obtuse.
And that is the problem, is and I get why you do it. Law and regulation dictates that you have to have the terms of service to protect you from the law. I get it. I really do. No one is reading that. No one is reading that.
Except their own lawyers.
And you know that no one's reading it, which is why you put the information in the terms of service. That's why I really like what Apple's doing by going, yeah, nope. And by the way, Apple is very guilty of this too. They are not some angel company either. They're absolutely taking that data and doing something with it.
Yeah.
Trust me on that. That data is precious. Apple is doing something with that data. They absolutely are.
Data, and you have said this for years, data will be the currency of the future.
No question.
I mean, it is in some way, shape, or form today, but yeah.
Absolutely. This is why there's a lot of services that are free. Google Maps basically displaced all of GPS, all of the GPS manufacturers. completely misplaced because of a free app, and you don't think for a second that you're somehow paying for that app, you're paying for that app. You absolutely are. And it's through your data. Clubhouse is pretty bad too. If you want to use the app to the fullest, you have to give up your privacy. Yep. Yeah. That's the thing. They want that. Now, what Clubhouse does say, and they had better hope and pray to God that this is true, Clubhouse says that the audio doesn't leave Clubhouse. They say that you're not allowed to record. I know for a fact that that happens. That's technically against the terms of service.
What I'd be more interested in is, are they storing all the audio and for how long, even within Clubhouse's servers?
And it doesn't take long. And I will tell you this, even if they kept the audio from each of the rooms in Clubhouse for 24 hours, a day, a single day, you could legitimately run all of that audio through transcription services. That is wicked cheap, might I add. And easily get a live transcript of all of that data.
Yeah.
There is no question about that. Here we go. Michael, why should Facebook change anything? They're making money every day from their users. Users are not dropping. Once every user stops using Facebook and Facebook loses money, they will have to change. You're exactly right.
Well, but I think that goes back to the original question that my dad asked is, between the two, which is more, and again, I'm kind of reading into the way he asked the question, which one is more likely to get slapped by the government first?
Oh, it'll be Facebook. There's no question. Facebook's going to get slapped first.
In my opinion, but the DOJ started that late last year.
It's not
with a couple of filings.
Here's the thing. It's not going to be the federal government that gets Facebook first. It is not going to be the federal government in the United States that gets Facebook first.
Okay.
It will be GDPR because they've already done it.
Yeah.
So the European Union they're going to get Facebook first, but California's coming. California has a consumer privacy right. So the CPRA, California Privacy Rights Act, which would have been of 2020, I think when it passed. It used to be the CCPA. Made by one of the greatest villain names ever, Alistair McTaggart. What a fantastic name. That's going to get Facebook because ultimately it's saying, what data do you have on me? Who are you sharing it with? What's the purpose by which you're getting this data? And then if I tell you to delete it, you have to delete it.
Yeah.
They already have, look, Facebook's going to be like, yeah, fine, whatever, I'll delete it. They already have what they want. The analytical goodness that they're already getting from those users, I mean, as soon as it hits their servers, it's game over.
Yeah. They
have already made their hay on that. And just like Michael just said, why should they stop? Because they'll still continue to get that. They're not going to stop themselves. That is 100% fact. It's either going to be some sort of federal or state regulation that gets them, the European Union, some country's going to get them, or the technology companies are going to tear each other down from the inside.
Right. Well, and I had a much more simplistic point to make, not to undermine yours at all, because everything you said is absolutely correct. I think the reason that the politicians will go after Facebook first, or at least attempt to, is I'd be willing to bet 99 out of every 100 senators or congressmen in that building is carrying an iPhone.
Oh, yeah, there's no question.
So it's easier for them to go after Facebook as a content provider than it is Apple, who builds the device that's in their pocket that they use to communicate to their friends, their family, and their constituents.
Well, yeah, there's no question that that's going to happen because when Google was in Congress, Sundar was sitting there, and one of the, I don't know who it was, one of the House representatives, whoever, they're like, can you tell me what's wrong with my phone? And he's like, I don't know. That's an iPhone. I work at Google. We do Pixels. I couldn't tell you. Ask Tim. Ask Tim Apple over there.
Yeah, Tim Apple.
He'll know what's going on. But yeah, it's going to be Facebook. There's no question at all. Facebook is shady, man. I really struggle with them. I really, really struggle with them. They're just not clear. Zuckerberg is a god-awful public speaker. God-awful. I mean, there are so many other public speakers that I'd rather put out there. He might be incredibly talented and smart and all of those things, but his answers are awful. He is so robotic and programmatic in nature.
I was going to say I'm mostly convinced he is a lizard person. So
I want to be like, Mark, what? Just talk with your heart for a second. It's down there somewhere. Like, just talk. Like, I gotta go. Let me get back to you, Senator. I gotta go check with my team. I don't know, Senator. Let me get with my team and I'll follow up. You don't want to give the public anything at all. If you want the public's trust, you've got to give them something. Going and saying, "I'm sorry, Senator. Let me get with my team. I don't." That's not gonna help, dude. It's not gonna help. It doesn't. Take a stance. Come out against Tim Apple.
But
and say what you said.
To Michael's point, no one has yet been able to hold Zuckerberg's feet to the fire to where it directly impacts him, his livelihood, or his company. So just like Facebook doesn't have any reason to change, he doesn't have any reason to change in his public appearances because it's not hurting him or his bottom line to show up in Congress and sit there for 2 hours and answer questions of people that aren't a tenth of as smart or as at least knowledgeable about the subject as he is.
And that's why I really like what Tim Cook, not Tim Apple. Like, I know the guy's name. I really like what he's coming out and saying is like, no, we have to be better. Do I think Apple's perfect? Nope. But he's making a stance. I would like Sundar to do the same. Tim Cook has done it. I would like Sundar to do it. Bezos is on an island somewhere now. He doesn't really care. Right. Amazon also, by the way, could really get boned by this. Like, they could get hella boned by this.
I would say Amazon is much more monopolistic than any of the other three that we're talking about, just because they have their hands in so many other directions. I mean, they all use data appropriately, inappropriately, good, bad, or otherwise. But Amazon has so many profit streams. I would say even more than Alphabet does. But
Amazon makes a lot of money. Alphabet's got a lot, though.
I know Alphabet has a lot, but they're at least structured to where they can break them out if they had to. Amazon's just a big, massive
Amazon.
God
bless you.
It would be interesting to see the federal government attempt to do to either Amazon or Facebook what they did, to the railroads back in the early 1900s, to the telephone companies in the 1980s.
Never going to happen. Money is just too big now. They're so far. Like, that's the thing is, like, money is so deep into this stuff. That's the toughest part. The problem is that the majority of the companies don't mistrust companies like Facebook, Apple, Google because they don't know any better and they don't want to know better because it makes their life easier.
Yeah.
It makes their life easier. They can connect with people faster. They can use services that are free. It makes it easy for life. People are willingly giving up their privacy. And I am one of those people. I am not naive to this. I use a Pixel device. It is a Google Services phone. I have open microphones in my home with Google Home devices. I'm not naive. I realize this because it is a service by which I am being provided. And yes, they're using my data and they're monetizing and they're doing the whole 9 yards. They're doing that. Where I really want to see a company come through is just be transparent, straight up. This is what I'm collecting. This is who I share it with. This is how I anonymize that data. I don't send your personal information to any company. It stays in-house. It is obfuscated, redacted, tokenized. You insert any of the terms you want. In the walls of, I'm making this up, at Google, once your PI hits, after 24 hours of a Google device, of course it's listening right now. See, it's listening right now. After 24 hours, those are purged. I can tell you with 100% certainty that of those times, this is what we do. Like, come out, be that transparent. That's what we should get to. This is who I use it for. This is what I use it for. I use it for marketing purposes. I take your personal information and I strip it, I anonymize the data, and I send it to these third parties by which they do the following. And here's how you go get information from them. Do that. That is a powerful statement.
I agree. And Michael also makes a great point that, it's going to be tough for us, the consumer, to individually or even at a class action level to make these companies change. But I think that goes back to your point that they have no incentive to change until it hurts them in the pocketbook enough, whether that's from a international standpoint, from a federal, from a state, or even from a locality standpoint where they house their physical factories or their physical server farms. But yeah, it's fun to talk about.
They print money. So fining them is not going to help. That doesn't help. We just talked about how much Google made in search and advertising. They lost billions of dollars in cloud.
Yep.
And they're like, meh, whatever. So fining them is not going to do it. Fining Facebook, it's not monetary stuff. That's not going to happen. Here you go. You want to really get crazy? Say all right, cool. Facebook, here's what I'm going to do. You must shut all your servers down for 3 days. Shut them all down.
I give you an even crazier one. Facebook, you must wipe all your servers and start over under new TOS.
Now, the only reason I love where your head's going, but then the consumers are impacted by that. But then again, I guess consumers are impacted by mine too. That would make them pay, though.
Oh my God.
That would make them pay. It's think
about it. Think about
Google.
How much social media or the news freaks out when Facebook goes down for an hour, or you can't get on YouTube for an hour. Imagine if you shut down one of those big five for 24 hours.
The internet would explode.
72
The problem
hours.
is I don't know if you could even shut, let's say Google, for example. I know you can't do it with Microsoft and Amazon because businesses wouldn't function.
Yeah.
So you can't just turn off AWS. That wouldn't work.
I don't think you could turn off Google Cloud Services either because they provide backup storage for AWS.
Well, there's a whole other host of things. Amazon's got their own storage. They're not worried about that. I guess my point is if you couldn't Google something, what are you gonna do?
Let me bing it.
They use Google.
I know.
You know what I mean? You're gonna DuckDuckGo. I still think they use some Google services.
Yeah, they just
what are you gonna
anonymize
do?
everything.
Turn off Google Maps. But again, there's got to be some radical way, and I don't know what it is, but some radical way. But hey, whatever. Facebook, yeah, bah. Hey, do you know that TikTok's not on Android TV? For another time suck, in case you needed it. Doom scrolling.
Lord have mercy.
Yep, true story.
I still haven't downloaded the app. I get all my TikToks through Instagram.
I hate that. I'll be honest.
Really?
I hate that.
Why? It doesn't
I
show
don't
up in
know.
your feed, so you have to
I
go
know.
search for it.
I know. I don't know why I hate it, but I just do. Doggone it.
Do you hate TikToks on Instagram or Reels more? Because I know you love Instagram Live because you like singing, but
I do. If you guys follow my Instagram, anytime I'm in a car, which in the last several months has been very sparingly, I will sing. And I had some bangers on the last one.
yeah.
I have some really good ones, just saying. By the way, for the folks that are here right now, how have we sounded so far, 43 minutes into the show, using nothing but USB microphones? Everything that you hear is done through USB. Not a single XLR mic has been on the show. Leave a comment and let us know how we sound. Personally, I think I sound fantastic, but hey, whatever.
A little loud.
I digress. Did you see? Oh man, we have to talk about Stadia.
Oh, yes. I've been watching that story all week.
So, Google Stadia. They are shutting down Stadia, kinda.
They're shutting down the game production studios housed within Google.
Correct. They're shutting down the game production studios within Google, but Stadia is still alive and well. You can still play games on Stadia. They're just not made through
Google anymore.
the Google Studio part of Stadia, which I don't get the play here. Michael, yes, it is. Rode NT USB Mini. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is, well, I thought of two things when I first saw that headline a couple of days ago. One, Google killed another product before it had lived its entire life cycle.
Hasn't even, like, it feels like it's barely got started.
Yeah.
My
2
brother,
years,
Tana,
maybe?
thank you so much. Whew. Looking fresh. I'm going to tell you what, my hair's looking fresh tonight. Looking real good. Even I worked out 12 days in a row.
The other thing I was thinking is, you know, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this without sounding like a complete idiot.
Can't wait to hear this. Come on, sound like an idiot. You're the smartest one in the room. I always like sounding better than you.
Yeah. You know, Google. Now, I can't think of the right way to say it. They've never been the best at following through on what could be a great idea. You know?
Well, I mean, I don't think, okay. They have a lot of swings and misses.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question they have a lot of swings and misses. Google Glass, probably a swing and a miss. I had it, loved it, still think it's great. It's used in pockets. It's pretty much a swing and a miss. What's not a swing and a miss? Google Photos. Not
Google
a swing
Maps.
and a miss. What's that?
Google Maps.
Google Maps, not a swing and a miss. Gmail, not a swing and a miss. Gmail was made on somebody's extra credit 20% time project at Google. That was somebody's brainchild that they worked on after hours at Google. That's unbelievable.
I mean, Chrome.
I mean, there's a lot of good things that they made, but boy, they have had a lot of swings and misses.
Yeah. But I think the other thing that maybe led them to shut it down so quickly is, you know, both the major gaming platforms released new top-of-the-line, you know, devices and games within the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And Google knows that unless they want to drop a whole lot of money on it, there's no way for them to compete with the PS5 or the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Xbox.
No, not next-gen consoles. There's no way.
But that's the thing. They were trying to do it on mobile, but be a player in that sphere, and that's not their bread and butter, in my opinion.
I agree, but to me, it doesn't feel like they gave it a shot. Like, I know Google's very good about, if this isn't working, we're going to cut our losses, celebrate our losses, celebrate our wins, and then move on. But my God, like, so soon? They just shuttered Stadia Games and Entertainment, which is the first-party in-house effort to create games for their own platform. But Phil Harrison has come out, and Phil Harrison is the SVP, or the Vice President and GM of Stadia. It's an important opportunity to work with partners seeking a gaming solution all built on Stadia's advanced technical infrastructure and platform tools. We believe that this is the best path to building Stadia into a long-term sustainable business that helps grow the industry. And he's effectively just trying to say, I want to work with people that's going to give their games to Stadia, and we're just going to do that.
Yeah. I mean,
is
the Stadia
fine.
platform is less than 15 months old. The Stadia service is less than 12 months old. I mean, how could they even have begun to explore all the potential in less than 18 months?
And on Reddit, Grace from Google, the community manager for Stadia, by the way, she's fantastic, and I love her to death. She's great. She actually goes on to Reddit and says, "Hi, everyone. I completely understand your emotions surrounding the news, so I wanted to chime in with a couple more thoughts. Please note that Stadia.com, Stadia Pro, and your games aren't going anywhere. In fact, we'll keep bringing more games to the platform and Stadia Pro. We had an exciting launch with Cyberpunk 2077 back in December, and the Stadia team is dedicated to bringing even more titles to the platform this year."
So Michael Secret made a good comment. Imagine Google Cloud Services, but for games.
That's what Stadia is.
So they're going to stop building their own games, but they're going to bring everybody else's game and somehow
optimize it.
Optimize it. Thank you. That's the word, for mobile.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're.
And then they're going to sell you a controller on the side.
Honestly, what's going to end up happening is probably the exact same thing that happened to you and I when we got the Stadia Pro for free.
Yeah.
Because we're a subscriber to YouTube or something like that. Is they'll probably just willingly give you the controller. There's no question about that. I'll bet you sometime between now and fourth quarter there will be some program that gets you a Stadia controller for free.
Yep.
No, you know why? Because that's what they do with the Google Minis. Those things cost pennies on the dollar compared to what they're getting when getting you into the subscription service of Stadia. Yeah. That's exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, they're just trying to get you onto the ecosystem because
and why would that be?
Then they can gather
your
say
data.
It with us, people.
Hello, that's what they want.
They can get you staring at your phone, which is hopefully a device that they sold you, which is then going to be showing ads that they get paid to show you.
Because look, it's all a money grab in a data game. That's all it is. Everybody's shocked. I work in data.
Shocked and awed.
Shock and awe. I don't think Stadia is dead yet. But I'll be honest with you, it surely doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Definitely doesn't look good.
We love Google. We love the products that they put out. We cry when they take them away, but we still buy the next one. So
it's sad. Like I love you, Google. Stop taking things away from me. Can you stop for just a second? Stop taking things away from me. I love all the things. Like, why did you take away?
And stop redesigning all your logos to be hyper minimalistic to where you can't even tell what it is.
I don't even know what logo. Like, I have to search for the stupid app that I'm looking for because your logos all look the same. Awful idea. Why did you do? Like, I am all about the standardization. All about it. Love it. Get crazy with it. Don't mind it all. Just don't make them all look the same.
Yeah.
They look literally the same. What? I want to open up Google Home, not Gmail. I'm trying to go to Maps, not Home. Well, I guess I could be going home.
Let's be honest. You don't leave your house anymore, so.
Who does? Who leaves their house anymore? What else we got on the list here? Goodness me. Oh, man. The EA Sports college football game. Holy crap. Tangent real quick. This will be a 10-second tangent. I'm stupid excited about that. They're making it for next-gen platforms. Very excited. Very excited. Let's see what else we got. Google all up in my man cave. True story.
There's a couple of renders. One for potentially the Galaxy Z Fold 3. And then the Google Pixel foldable render.
I can't get into that. Like, I'm not down with the foldables like everybody is. I like them. Excuse me. I had a chance to try Jason's.
But it's not going to be your daily driver.
No. There's something about the candy bar style phone that I truly like. Personally. Like, the Fold 2 was thick, boy. That's triple C thick. Thick. And I loved it. It was great. Just not my everyday driver. Like, I couldn't imagine taking pictures with it. I really struggled when it came to taking pictures with the foldable phone. I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. It's great when you're trying to read or productivity perspective or playing video games. Totally down with that. It wasn't for me. Not my thing. I had something pulled up really quick. Where is it? Where did it go? Man, I just had it. Sound of my people. Where did I put it?
Tuna Tech, what did you do with your Z Fold 2?
Oh, he sold it probably to. He's probably I bet he's probably bought 6 other phones since he bought that Z Fold 2.
Goodness me.
I'll bet you it's been 6. He probably has a Xiaomi Mate 10 Pro X1 .exe now, I bet.
Well, that'll go well next to your Pixel 7 once you tell everybody that you have it. So
The only foldable I would use to date is the Microsoft Duo. The Microsoft Duo looked fantastic. Just looked fantastic. Tuna Tech, those framed pictures are actually mine. Stats is in studio today. Those are mine. If you'd like, I will autograph them and send them to you. Pixel Lord.
yeah, I prefer landscapes, Tuna Tech.
Pixel Lord.
Pixel layered.
Layered.
Did you figure out what
Nope,
you
sure
were-
didn't. Sure didn't.
You don't have it open in a separate tab somewhere?
Nope, I have like 8,000 tabs open.
Two of them are playing music and you can't figure out which ones.
I hate that. God, I hate that. It's always the stupid pre-roll ads on like a
Yep.
CNN article.
Yeah.
Oh God, awful, awful. Oh, we got 5 minutes left. What are we? What are we talking about? Oh God,
I don't know.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think it was Kevin on Twitter today asked, it was either him or Dobo, why the first week in February has seemed to last for like 500 days.
Look,
I cannot believe it's only February 3rd.
Jesus, it's only February 3rd?
Yeah, and do you know why February 3rd is such a special day?
I do know why. Ladies and gentlemen,
It is my niece's
if
10th birthday
if
today.
you would be, can I say your name?
Let's hold off on that. Let's just say Stats' niece.
Okay, can you say in the chat, happy birthday, Stats' niece? In the chat, happy birthday. I know your name. I'm not going to say it. Happy birthday from me to you. Hopefully you received the card. Your uncle's okay.
Yeah, most of the time.
So
I'll be there in a week.
it's because he's always on vacation. He's always on vacation.
I've earned it.
Loosely earned it. Tenure, you've earned it. So happy birthday, happy 10th birthday. You are a now double digit. Congratulations. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I think we're all tired. I've had this will be the third conversation I've had on that this year. This pandemic stuff needs to just stop because
It needs to quit.
it's boring, it's stressful, it's exhausting, and it's way out of bounds. This has gone on too
It's
long.
way out of pocket. You're out of pocket, pandemic. You need to get out. You're out of pocket. No, so I've been working out 12 days in a row, rowing machine.
Nice.
I love the rowing machine. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. Highly recommend it. Get out there. Exercise a little bit. I got nothing. I'm trying to fill time because we were late.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have extra large pockets
It's your show.
because I'm an extra large man.
You can do whatever you want, brother.
Double extra large man. Super big. Have you got your pixel patch?
I haven't checked today, honestly.
haven't either.
I saw the article about it. I got sidetracked with actual work, oddly enough, today. So,
Oh, look at you earning that vacation.
I know.
Good
Just
Lord.
Got to put in some time and, mental processes every once in a while.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. Let's see. The iPhone 12 gets better the more you use it.
Don't
Is that really a
most
shocking thing?
devices,
Most phones
once
get
you
better when
learn how to
them
use
figure out
them?
how to use it? What? Have you heard the rumors about the Pixel XE and the Pixel? What was it? Oh my God, Pixel XE and Pixel something else. Pixel.
No, I haven't.
You haven't heard this?
Would you please enlighten me?
Are
No,
you just,
I'm not.
Are
I'm
you
not.
humoring me?
No, I'm really not. I don't have a pixel vein in my arm like you do. So
Pixel XE. There's this rumor that's floating around that there's two pixels coming out, two new pixels, like within the next couple months, and I don't see it. It's this rumored Pixel XE and a Pixel 5 Pro. I don't know what to expect with the Pixel 5 Pro. So I've heard about this. This is something that was in in December mostly, it's like this crazy idea that there's going to be some sort of like 6-inch display with crazy new like camera hardware and software to match on the Pixel 5. I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. The next Pixel that I think is going to come out is the Pixel 5a. They'll do the exact same thing that they've been doing. At least this is my suspicion. They'll do the exact same thing that they've done the previous 2 years. Well, you have you had the Pixel 3, 3XL, then the 3A, just a bomber, great phone, banger of a phone. The Pixel 4, then Pixel 4a and the 4a 5G, bangers of phones, and they'll do the exact same thing on the Pixel 5a. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I mean, if they follow their past practice and don't, just for some reason decide to stop making phones like they stopped making mobile games, that would be the next evolution, is the 5A to hold people over until they attempt to shock the world and blow us all out of the water with the 6, which you already have. So,
Don't have the 6. I don't have the 6. I don't have the 5A either. I know it's like, it's hilarious. I don't have any of those. I wouldn't tell you if I did until I would be allowed to tell you, but I'm telling you that I don't. But I know none of you believe me, so it's like I can tell you whatever. I don't like this. This is the 5. I put a screen protector on it for what it's worth. That's all I got. I didn't. Chanel, I did not try any of those workouts. I'm only 12 days in a row. Let me still enjoy it instead of hating myself doing those workouts. I'm enjoying it right now. Let me get there. I also, by the way, this really annoys the daylights out of me.
Oh boy.
And I know why these companies, look, I know why I did it. I made a ton of videos in the fourth quarter specifically talking about comparisons between the Pixel 5 and whatever the flagship was.
Oh yeah, you made at least a half dozen videos.
But I was very realistic in those videos to say, I don't think the Pixel 5 can keep up, but let's try it. And then when I went through the motions, I figured it out. Like, I figured out that the Pixel 5 can more than hold its own. They're putting it out there like the iPhone 12 Pro Max and the S21 Ultra. They're demolishing the Pixel 5. What do you expect? I don't know what you... I don't know what you expect in those instances. I thought I fully intended the Pixel should be demolished pretty well in those. But what you're finding out is they're not. And it tells me that Samsung's hardware can barely beat several years old hardware with exceptional computational software. Samsung, you need to invest in software. Invest in software. Your hardware division, no question, amazing. Invest in that software, killer.
And just because we always say it, the Pixel 5 is at least $100, if not several $100 cheaper than either of those phones at their base models. So, and that is the top of the line Pixel phone at this point.
Yeah, the top of the line, the 128 Pixel 5 is $699. The beginning, the 128 S21 Ultra is $1199.
Yep.
So it's automatically $400 more. It can do 8K. Nobody's watching in 8K.
Most people's devices or TVs can't show 8K.
No, the human eye can't see 8K. The human eye sees 1080p, I believe.
It's closer to 4K. It's
definitely
between
can't see
the two.
8K. It's between 2 and 4. It's definitely not 8K though.
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, yeah. Please don't say Samsung hardware and Google software is delicious. The problem with Samsung software is they can't even get their own hardware right. They can't even look. They still have focus issues on the 21.
Well, and
what are you doing, Samsung?
A phone just a couple of years ago kept catching on fire.
That was a long time ago, sir. That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was probably 5 years ago now.
Yeah, it was
The
Note 7
Note
or
7.
8, right?
Yeah.
That was a crazy time. I remember those times. Man, I remember that. Greg and I went in on that.
Several times.
So, man, that was so great. God. All right, we're out of here.
Okay.
Where can they find you?
Helix Heinlein on the tweet machine, Country Smith on the Instagram, giving all that sweet, sweet data to Mr. Marky Mark Zuckerberg.
Marky Mark. You can find me at Scott Peachy on Twitter, at Scott Peachy on Instagram, because I also hate myself. Because I also hate myself.
And we love
also,
doom scrolling.
This was USB mic city right here tonight. Nothing but USB mics. I have another microphone review coming out on Friday. I'm going to try to do videos Mondays and Fridays, I think. 2 videos and a live show a week. Probably. Something like that. That's the shot. The video on Monday was this guy. The video on Friday is that guy over there. That's the Shure MV7. Great microphone. Got a couple other microphones that I'm going to review. Got some phone camera stuff right over there that I'm going to be reviewing from Pictar. Got a couple other things up my sleeve. None of them are a Pixel 5a. And we will see you all. Catch you on the flip side. Wherever the flip side is. Holler at your boy.